Hi, I am Peter Lazarus, and I'm at the moment. What we do on Peacock and on a streaming platform is incredibly unique. We bring about 8,000 hours of sports through our streaming platform, and you're seeing that across the entire industry, but also our ability to customize messaging into the home. I'm lucky enough to follow my family into this business. My father ran ABC Sports sales and marketing while I was growing up. He had a long career both at Major League Baseball, ABC Sports, and on the agency side. So I'm lucky enough to follow into his footsteps. My brother is now the CEO of Versant, and I followed him to NBC as well. And my brother Craig is an executive producer at ESPN. So we're a family of media folks. My wife is also on the agency side of the business. We are steeped deep into the media side of advertising sales. Started my career on the agency side of the business. I worked at 3 different agencies, starting at Backer, Spielvogel, Bates back in the day, and ended at Young and Rubicam. From there, I ultimately went into the sales side of the business. I came over to NBC Sports in 1996 as an account executive. President at the time was a guy named Keith Turner. He became my mentor and rabbi and took me for a great ride at NBC, where I rose to be head of sports and Olympic sales back in just after 2000. I kind of went out into the wild then for a while and went to a couple different places. I went to IMG Sports Marketing. I then became head of network sales at Univision, but ultimately came back to NBC. I've been back at NBC for roughly 13 years, and it's been quite a ride. I returned to the position to run sports and Olympic sales, and this will be the first Super Bowl that I'm selling and the first Olympics that I'm selling in the last 20 years. We don't just talk about Legendary February, we talk about our whole year and our whole offering and our whole company. And that really starts in the fall with Sunday Night Football being the #1 show on television. It starts with bringing back the NBA, it starts with our golf schedule, and that really just leads us to Legendary February, which is this incredible moment of 17 days where we have the biggest events in the world. Obviously, the Super Bowl speaks for itself. The Olympics, which comes every 4 years for the winter, but every 2 years in terms of the cycle, presented us with an opportunity to bring all these under one umbrella. And the power of bringing them all together allows us to talk to advertisers with one voice and give them one single solution to find audiences at scale. I think the other thing when we think about sports is this unique moment of platforms. And not only our linear broadcasts, but what we do on Peacock and on streaming platform is incredibly unique. We bring about 8,000 hours of sports through our streaming platform, and you're seeing that across the entire industry, but also our ability to customize messaging into the home. And not only that, when someone comes to NBC, we can actually place their ad in our big moments, but also retarget them across the portfolio at other moments across the year. I think when we look beyond February, we also look towards the World Cup. To bring an international, global event on domestic soil is going to bring soccer to the forefront like it never has before. And we're seeing that with the way marketers are leaning in. We're seeing it the way cities are leaning in across the country. It'll be in 16 cities across North America, 11 cities across the US. And we couldn't be more excited to bring Spanish language telecast of the World Cup to the US. We're in this incredible moment of bringing these properties together, and we talked about the next 6 months being about the World Cup, but when we look beyond that, all of our focus is on LA 28. And LA 28 is going to be this magical moment in this country where you have the world descending upon it. It'll be the largest games ever, the most events ever, the most countries ever, the most athletes ever, the most tickets sold. We're going to sell about 15 million tickets. And this is going to be an incredible moment, not only for LA, but for the US. This will be America's games that actually happen in LA, and I think that is going to capture America. Well, if we're going past, I am a huge kind of legacy NBC sitcom fan. And when I think about the Cheers and the Seinfelds and the Friends of the world, I'd have to say sitting having a coffee with Kramer, Michael Richards, would be an unbelievable moment. And if he wasn't available, I'd probably ask Jennifer Aniston, but we won't go down that path right now. Go-to ritual is take out Chinese food on a Sunday. I love me a good egg roll, some wonton soup, and some lo mein, and we're ready to roll in terms of great sports.